Facebook friends. So, sitting here on the front porch, I'm about ready to go in for lunch, and I was doing a little reading. I love the book. It's not an easy read. And to be quite honest, earlier this morning, I was scrolling through Facebook. And you know, mostly what I have on my Facebook feed tends to be positive and uplifting because those are the people I tend to surround myself with. But I have noticed that as of late, there has been a lot more negativity, a lot more anger, a lot more memes that are unkind and judgmental and harsh in tone. I could name them, you know, what I have been seeing, but honestly, stepping away just kind of made my heart sick. Because I'm seeing a whole lot of screaming mad. I'm seeing a whole lot of people need to be held to judgment and personal accountability. And please hear me, I'm not anti-accountability. But I tend to believe this, that when we go heavy-footed into judgment and even tend to dehumanize others in our arguments, we have completely missed the point, because the point is about where we are connected and who we are connected with, and to hear each other. So, you know, for the most part on these Facebook Lives, you're not going to hear me talking about political discourses or, you know, the current issues that are on television and social media. But I'm going to read this quote to you because to me it meant a lot. And I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and if it strikes a chord with you, put some hearts, but more than that, put some comments. I'd love to have a discourse about this. So I'm on page 76 in the book. Actually, I'm going to go back a little bit further. I'm going to go to page 74 and 75, and I'm going to read some things that might be a little offensive, and I'm sorry. They're not my words, but they're important. So it's this. Dehumanizing. On Twitter and Facebook, we can rapidly push people with whom we disagree into the dangerous territory of moral exclusion, with little to no accountability and often in complete anonymity. Here's what she writes about what she believes. If you are offended or hurt when you hear Hillary Clinton or Maxine Waters called bitch, whore, or the C word, you should be equally offended and hurt when you hear those same words used to describe Ivanka Trump, Kellyanne Conway, or Theresa May. If you felt belittled when Hillary Clinton called Trump supporters a basket of deplorables, then you should have felt equally concerned when Eric Trump said Democrats aren't even human. When the President of the United States calls women dogs or talks about grabbing pussy, we should get chills down our spine and resistance flowing through our veins. When people call the President of the United States a pig, we should reject that language regardless of our politics and demand discourse that doesn't make people subhuman. When we hear people referred to as animals or aliens, we should immediately wonder, is this an attempt to reduce someone's humanity so we can get away with hurting them or denying them basic human rights? If you're offended by a meme of Trump photoshopped to look like Hitler, then you shouldn't have Obama photoshopped to look like the Joker on your Facebook feed. There's a line. It's etched from Dignity. She goes on to say, this is what really gets me, you guys. She goes on to say on page 76, dehumanizing and holding people accountable are mutually exclusive. They are not the same thing. People who are passionate about understanding issues of race don't have to be viewed as unpatriotic. And those who dye red, white, and blue don't have to be seen as insensitive to matters of race. They are not mutually exclusive. You don't have to choose sides. Sometimes you can believe both things. Humiliation and dehumanizing are not accountability or social justice tools. They're emotional offloading at best, emotional self-indulgence at worst. And if our faith asks us to find the face of God in everyone we meet, that should include the politicians, media, and strangers on Twitter with whom we most violently disagree. When we desecrate their divinity, we desecrate our own and we betray our faith. When our faith in God asks us to find, when our faith asks us to find the face of God in everyone we meet, that changes the discourse, doesn't it? Shouldn't it? Now, most of you on my feed, you've been following the hashtag Live Love, but sometimes this gets really hard and messy. It's far easier to label, judge, shame, push away, dehumanize. It's a far harder thing to seek to understand the argument, seek to understand that which we disagree with. But that's really what we're called to do. So I wonder if we could all take a pause on all the reactionary moments and get quiet and lean in and listen. Listen to the intention versus the action. What's the intent of this person who is a person who has the fingerprints of God in, with, and through them? Before I'm quick to shove their thoughts, opinions, and actions to the corner as morally wrong or inferior. It's a hard thing to do, but can we do it? How does this play out? I guess it plays out for us not entering into the screaming matches, not sending the harsh texts or emails or Facebook comments, but instead seeking to see the heart, the intention. Anyway, that's my thoughts on this day. It's a Thursday. It's a beautiful day. And what am I going to do now? I'm going to go listen to a YouTube, probably of Christine Kane, where she screams in my ear about the goodness of God and how He is not put off by any of the things that are enraging us right now, because He knows them and He's making all things good. He's at work in a world where we're screaming in anger and rage, which really, by the way, is mostly undealt with fear and sadness. But that's a talk for another day. Anyway, have a great day, my sweet, sweet Facebook friends. If you haven't picked up the Brene Brown book, you should. It's really, really good. I'd love to hear your comments and feedback. See what you all think. Have a lovely day. Bye, guys.